Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now let's talk about the volcanic eruption which happened on the 15th of January, so 2 days ago. Now this eruption was the biggest eruption in Tonga, and I believe there were a few other eruptions which occurred before this. So one occurred on the 13th of January, which wasn't all that huge, but it did destroy the tip of the volcano, and another one I believe occurred in December, sometime in December. But this one that happened on the 15th of January was so large and powerful that it basically obliterated the island that it created around itself. Now the explosion was so large that it triggered a 7.4 magnitude earthquake and sent tsunami waves crashing into the Pacific Islands. The violent underwater volcanic eruption was labelled by scientists as a once-in-a-thousand-years explosion. It hit the Pacific at 5:10 local time and was so huge that the explosion was visible from outer space. Around 20 minutes later, Tonga was hit with waves which overwhelmed homes, buildings, fences and roads. Now, if you guys were to look over to this screen over here, now this is the island that the volcano is under or has developed. As you can see, that's the crater of the volcano, and if I was to, this is what it looked like before, obviously. Now if I was to swipe to the left, this is what it looks like right now. Basically there is no island. It has just left specks of island on the edges, a little bit there and a little bit there, and that is it. But the main part of the island has been obliterated. If we scroll down, I believe this is another island, which is the capital of Tonga. This is what it looked like before, and due to tsunami waves, this is what it looks like now. As you can see, it says water invasion and affected structures. This is another island, part of Tonga. This is what it looks like before. This is what it looks like now. Now, Tonga. Tonga is a Polynesian kingdom of more than 170 South Pacific islands, many uninhabited, most lined with white beaches and coral reefs and covered with tropical rainforests. So I'm guessing it's a beautiful place to be. Tonga is an island with around 105,000 residents, and it's situated just under 1,500 miles from New Zealand, or northeast of New Zealand. Now in terms of the death toll, nobody exactly knows what the number is, and that's all because of the communication lines have been severed, so there's no communication to or from the islands. Now 2 women in Peru have been known to die, and that's because a tsunami wave hit a truck and it dragged it back into the sea. Now these are some of the comments from the residents in the surrounding islands, such as Fiji. So one of the residents have said, "My entire house was shaking," said Sanya Ruggiero, a consulting communications advisor based in Suva, the capital of Fiji, some 750 kilometers from Tonga. "My doors, windows were all rattling like hell, and mine was not even as bad as others. Hundreds of people ran out of their homes," said Ruggiero, who consults for several agencies including the United Nations. "Rumblings and eruptions from the volcano continue to be heard through the night," Ruggiero said. "Hundreds of people were moved to evacuation centers in Suva. Fiji Airways had to cancel all its flights due to ash clouds. This is the worst disaster Tonga has had in living memory, and the recovery from this is going to take years." The 8-minute eruption on Saturday triggered tsunami warnings and evacuations in several countries. The eruption caused flooding across portions of coastal Alaska and California in the United States. Floodings from the tidal waves were also reported in Chile, some 10,000 kilometers away, and hundreds of thousands of Japanese citizens were advised to evacuate as waves of more than a meter hit coastal areas. Now this here is a satellite view of the eruption, and as you can see, it was just enormous. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.